Welcome to my channel. Modern Stoic sees you long before you see her, and in less than 10 seconds. She's already decided something about you, not because she's judgmental, because she's shallow, but because she's wired for intuition. You might think you're invisible to hear. You might think you're salt and pepper hair, your life experience, your slower pace in a fast-paced world. Disqualify, but here's what no one tells you: to the right kind of woman, those exact traits are magnetic because women don't. Just look at an older man and see age. They see energy, presence, posture, tone. They feel something even before they understand what it is, and what they feel is the difference between a man who has arrived and a man who's still trying to prove himself. You see younger men have speed, they have muscle, they have enthusiasm, but older men, they have weight, not physical weight, emotional gravity, the kind that doesn't need to speak to be noticed, the kind that doesn't need to compete because it's already complete. But here's the truth: not all older men have that gravity. And the women who are watching, they're watching closely to see whether you do, because she's not just checking your clothes, she's reading your posture, she's feeling your stillness, she's scanning your confidence, your presence, or leadership energy before you even speak a single word. So the question is, what do women actually notice when they see an older man walk into the room? What are the very first things that spark attraction, curiosity, trust, or instantly kill? In this video, I'm going to reveal the main things women notice first in older men, whether they realize it or not, and once you understand how these signals work, you'll stop trying to be younger, louder, flashier, and start embodying that quiet strength she's secretly craving. Let's begin. Welcome to Stoic Paradox, where we don't chase youth, we channel power, because being an older man isn't a disadvantage. It's a test of whether you've grown into your masculinity or if you've simply grown older without growing. Yes or no? Here's something most men never realize at the moment. You walk into a room, you're already being read, not in a superficial way, but in a way far deeper than logic. A woman isn't just seeing you, she's feeling you, and within the first few skins of exposure to your presence, she's already scanning for some things. Is this man safe? Is he rooted? Is he a storm? Or is he a shelter? Does he care chaos or calm? Because here's the raw truth: women are sensitive to the energy older men give off. Why? Because older men represent something different. You're no longer chasing your identity. You're no doubt trying to prove anything to the world, or at least you shouldn't be. You should be anchored, self-contained, silent, but observant, warm, but firm, disciplined, but not rigid, and above all, calm inside their own skin. And this is exactly why women notice older men so sharply, not because they expect you to be perfect, but because they hope, even crave, that you'll be stable, reliable, emotionalize, mentally present, and sensual, confident without being performative. You see younger men chase validation, they treat you hard, they over-explain, overcompensate, overcompete. But an older man, if he's done the work, if he's earned his excellence, he doesn't need to prove a thing. In that's where the real magnetism lives. But here's the twist: most older men fail this test because they don't realize that women notice the smallest things first. The way you hold your hands, the way your eyes rest or dart, the way you sit when no one is talking, the way you say hello, not just the words, but the frequency. You're not being judged, you're being felt. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the first 9 things women immediately notice in older men, whether you're at the grocery store, a business meeting, or just walking past there in a cafe. Because if you understand what she's tuned into, you can stop wasting energy trying to impress and instead start mastering the quiet details that create instant respect, curiosity, and attraction. This isn't about becoming someone else, it's about amplifying who you already are when you're truly grounded. So if you're ready to stop wondering what women are thinking when they look at you and start becoming the kind of man who already knows, let's begin. Sign number 1. Your posture. Is he grounded or collapsing before you ever speak, before she ever hears Your name, she watches how you carry yourself, not just how tall you are, but how much of your height you actually own. Do you look like a man with intention, or do you shuffle like someone fading into the background? An older man with straight, grounded posture doesn't just look strong, feels strong. His spine is aligned, his chest relaxed, his shoulders back, but not forced. He walks. Not with arrogance, but with ownership of his space. Why does this matter? Because posture is primal. It communicates. Dominant safety, health, without saying a word. A man who is slouched over head down, chest collapsed, sends the signal, I've given up. Buddha man who walks into a room like he belongs there. He silently tells the world, I've survived and I'm still standing. To a woman, that's not just attractive, it's reassuring. Number 2, your eyes. Does he see through or seek approval, woman? Can't tell who you are from your eyes alone, it because of color, not because off shape, but because of stillness. Are your eyes darting, scanning, avoiding, or do they rest calmly with awareness? An older man with steady, relaxed eyes communicates 2 critical traits: self-rest and emotional composure. He doesn't stare, he doesn't look away too quickly, he sees and then lets go. This is where many men fail. They confuse eye contact with aggression, but true masculine eye contact is anchoring, not piercing. When you can look at her without flinching and then calmly turn your gaze elsewhere without needing anything from her, you've already said more about your power than 1,000 words ever could. Sign number 3, your va. Is it rooted or rushed? She rehearsed. Sound of your voice before she even processes your words. Is it calm? Is it slow? Does it carry depth or desperation? Amateur. Man's voice doesn't rise and fall with emotion. It stays low, relaxed, measured. Not because he's trying to sound cool, but because his nervous system is under control. A rush voice says, I'm trying to impress you. A calm voice says, I'm already enough. Your voix is your frequency. And when it's grounded, clear, and hurried, she feels it not in her ears, but in her body. Sign number 4, your hands, the silent story of your masculinity. You may think women did. Notice hands, but they do more than you could ever imagine. Not just their size or shape, but how they move. Are they shaky? Are they fidgeting? Are they closet-tight, restless? Or do they move with ease, with slowness, with capability? Your hands stole her how. You might hold her how ya work, how safe or dangerous it would feel to be close to you if you do nothing else. Start being aware of what your hands are doing when you're not thinking. Hands that move with relaxed. Certain you aren't deeply attractive because they tell her, I've been through things, I've handled things, and I don't need to show off about it. Sign number 5, your presence in silence. How do you exist without speaking? This is one of the most powerful things women notice, and it separates mature men from insecure boys immediately. How do you exist in a room when you're not the center of attention? You fidget, interrupt, fill every gap with noise. Or can you sit back still or relaxed and let the world come to? This silent presence is where true masculinity lives, not in domination, but in containment. A man who is calm, insolence, who listens without needing to respond, who observes without trying to obscene. That man is rare. And women feel it instantly. He doesn't chase attention, but he already has his own. Sign number 6, you're grooming. The discipline instantly registers you. Don't need to look young. You need to look intentional. Women notice everything. The neatness of your beard, the shine of your shoes, the way your shirt fits your shoulders. The scent you wear is subtle or overwhelming. An older man who has disciplined grooming habits is sending excellent signal, I respect myself. And when you respect yourself, she feels safe respecting you. Your grooming isn't a bodego, it's about self-command. Shows you take care of the things that matter, and to her, that means you'll take care of her too. Sin number 7. Your boundaries shuffles them without you saying a word. A man with weak boundaries is transparent. She can feel it instant with it. You'll drop everything for her attention, that you'll abandon your time, your values, your frame, just to make her like you. But the older man who has clear unspoken boundaries, he radiates respect. He's not mean, he's just unavailable to anything that doesn't hail him. With who he is, she notices when you don't respond to every message instantly. She notices when you say no calmly. She notices when you keep your commitments not for her, but for you it's not. Just attractive, it's magnetic kick-ass, she's not used to it. Sign number 8, your interaction with other social gravity over social performance. How? Do people respond when you walk into a room? Do they straighten up? Do they greet you with respect, or do they ignore you? A woman watches how other men treat you, how waiters react to you, how younger people speak around you. And she's not looking for popularity, she's scanning for gravity. If you move through the world like a man who commands attention quietly, she sees it, she stores it, starts wondering who. Is this guy? Leadership is never about being the loudest voice. It's about being the calmest presence. Size number 9, your emotional stillness. Can he be trusted with Storm? This is the ultimate. She's watching how easily you get rattled, how reactive. You are how quick you are to get offended, flustered, or dramatic. If your peace can be stolen by a comment, adulation, or rejection, she'll never open her world to you, but if you stay centered, if you can hold yourself in uncomfortables, if you can sit in chaos without becoming chaotic, then she knows you're not just a man, you're a fortress, because every woman carries emotional weather, and she's silently asking, if I fall apart, can I hold it together? If the answer is yes, you've become the rarest kind of man Theon she desires and respects. So now you know, before you ever open your mouth, before you smile, before you speak your story or offer your best trait, she's already watching, feeling, sensing who you really are behind the mask, behind the clothes, behind the age. And while you might have been taught to speak louder, try harder, or fake confidence of truth, is the most powerful men don't try at all. They don't chase attention, they don't perform for acceptance, they didn't disguise their age, their voice, or their presence, because they know a woman doesn't fall for the man who talks the most. She falls for the one who says the very thing without saying a word. It's in the way you walk, it's in the pause between your words, it's in how still you remain when other men are scrambling for validation. And if you've recognized yours in these 9 signs, or if you know see where you've been giving away your presence too easily, then you're real ready ahead of 99% of men. Now the question is, will you sharpen these traits? Will you become so grounded, so steady, so rooted in masculine calm, that women can feel your presence, that these can you enter a room? Because when you do, you won't need to impress, you won't need to convince, you won't need to compete. You'll simply be, and she'll safer with you than she does anywhere else. So if this video gave you insight into what really makes older men undeniably attractive, tap that like button. Now it's more than just a click. It's your way of saying, it choose calm over chaos, substance over noise. And if you haven't already met Azure, you subscribe to Modern Stoic Beckhouse. Here we don't teach tricks. We reveal truths about masculine tie, about power, about how to move through this world like a man who's done the work and no longer needs applause to feel complete. Drop a comment below which of these 9 things have women honest about you without you realizing, or which one are you committed to developing this year. Remember, you don't become irresistible by being the loudest man in the room. You become irresistibly being the calmest. You don't need you need presence, and presence comes not from performance but from peace. This is Modern Stoic, and this is your reminder. You were never too old, you were just too distracted to realize she's already noticing of everything. Now become the man she's silently hoping you already are. Until next time, stand tall, breathe deep, and move slowly, because when your energy is unshakable, she'll feel it even from across the room. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay undeniable. Thank you.